All right, so I am here with Tommy Amal from the Pamplin College of Business. If you're ready, we can get started with these questions.
Let's do it.
All right, so how do you start your day?
Uh, Pretty much I start my day with a light stretch. So I'm usually tight from either working out or doing cardio and stuff. Go over my calendar for the day because I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And then I send a few text messages to family just to let them know, thinking about y'all. My family lives away from here, so I just try to make sure that I keep that touch going. But that's how I start my day. Same stuff. Try to be energized and ready to go pretty hard throughout the day.
Okay. What are you currently watching, reading, or listening to?
I'm listening to a book called The Alliance. I'm interested in moving more into the entrepreneurial space. So this book is really cool and gives tips and just kind of reorients your thinking about how to be an entrepreneur, how to be a leader, and how to monetize your talents. So it's definitely a must read for anybody because you can be entrepreneurial on your own, or you could be entrepreneurial even within, working within a system or for a corporation or for an institution. So the Alliance is definitely clutch, definitely a good read. That's what I'm doing right now.
How would your best friend describe you?
I would say hopefully dependable, definitely crazy, but always down to have a good time. But definitely always trying to listen and problem solve and make sure that my friends are family. I treat my friends as brothers and sisters. So always trying to be there for people, and it's reciprocal. So hopefully that's how they would describe me.
Okay. What are 3 words that best describe Virginia Tech?
I'm gonna go with oopros number 1 as one word. I believe in that in the motto, and I believe that since I've been here over the past several years, that we're doing a much better job, little by little, in defining that and making sure we're seeing that everybody can see their self within service, but also understand that service is more than like one-off projects. That it's a way that you live, and it should be a part of kind of the way you think and everything that you do. So I really appreciate that when it comes to Virginia Tech. I would say the Hokie football, one word. I'm a huge Hokie football fan. So when you talk about Virginia Tech, that's one thing that comes up. But for me, another word that I would use just over my time is development. And when I say development, I think I've seen the school grow in a lot of ways. I've seen some things that haven't changed as much as anybody would like. But at the same time, I think that there's lots of people who love Virginia Tech and who are trying to make it more inclusive and who are trying to make it just a better place, regardless of who the student or faculty member is. And I think that given the times right now, what's going on nationally but globally, I think that there will be some real change coming up soon. So I think development is definitely an answer. And that's not just because I work in development. That's more the money side, but just generally development. So like we're trying to move forward.
When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Honestly, I wanted to be a drummer. So I played percussion for the longest when I was a lot younger. That's what I thought I would do. I thought I would, not necessarily, I wasn't into rock, you know what I mean? But I was a classical percussionist. And in my mind, I got a little too cool for that when I got to high school. But at least in elementary school and when I was younger, I was like, man, I'm going to be a drummer forever. I'm good at this, Got to meet a lot of cool people doing that. But that didn't last long. So that's what I thought I was going to do.
So what do you do now for work?
So now I'm a fundraiser for Pamplin College of Business. I work mainly in the leadership gift space, which I work with alums, parents, anybody who wants to support Virginia Tech philanthropically, who wants to donate, indoor, engage, whether that's on the board or through mentorship or in different ways. But I primarily serve Pamplin and raise money and help us. Sometimes I say keep the lights on, but we don't have a problem keeping the lights on. We're doing a lot more than that. So right now, because of COVID, we're at home, but typically I'm on the road meeting alums and supporters and Hokie family, and talking about making gifts to support different things at Virginia Tech, specifically in Pamplin.
Cool. What movie makes you laugh the most?
I'm gonna go old school on this one. Coming to America is a classic. I know every word to the movie. In a close second, I would go with Life. I also know every word to that movie, but it hits the same every time. But Coming to America is one of those that if you're having a bad day, if you're having a good day, if you want to just listen to a movie while you're doing different stuff, you don't even have to watch. You're going to be laughing the whole time. So those two, Coming to America and Life, gets the job done for me every time.
Very good choices. What's your favorite place to eat on campus or in Blacksburg?
Honestly, it's a new restaurant called Central Taco Bar. Kind of a regular there. Love the patio outside, the new area they've created. The grilled shrimp tacos hit every time. The chordas are on point. Margaritas, if you will, if you indulge. But yeah, Central Taco Bar, that's my spot. Whether it's lunchtime or evenings, you can go under the patio and just have a good time. And it's wide open. Got a lot of space. So I love that right now.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Honestly, the best advice, I actually just kind of got this advice a few months ago from a guy. And it's my new favorite quote. And it's, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And I try to keep that in mind with everything that I do now, because you just never know what opportunity is going to come up. You never know who you're going to bump into. Even going to Kroger, you'll bump into somebody, and if you're not ready, if you don't have your stuff together, you might miss out on an opportunity, or you might miss out on an opportunity for someone else. I'm a connector, and I feel like in order for me to be able to connect people, I have to have my stuff together and be a good representation of myself, but also Virginia Tech, at all times as a fundraiser. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready, and that's just throughout life.
So you're an alum of Virginia Tech. What's your favorite thing about being an alum?
Honestly, the network, the Hokie network. I mean, I've met Hokies all over the world traveling, so I always make sure I wear a Hokie shirt or a Hokie jacket. Now that I'm losing my hair, a Hokie hat, just to connect with people. A funny story is I was traveling in Iceland. I was coming from Iceland back to the States, and there were 4 Hokies on the plane. We had a nice little bonding moment. And I was like, man, Hokies everywhere. We were all from different parts of the world, living in different parts of the world, but we connected over that one thing. And it's truly it's a strong network, and people genuinely want to help each other out. And I encourage everyone, whether you graduated from here or worked here, whatever, or have families that are Hokies, use it, embrace it, just be a part of it, because it is a pretty special thing that I haven't seen as strong on other campuses that I've been involved in.
That's really cool. So it sounds like you've traveled a lot. Where did you grow up?
Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois. I miss my city. I love my city. The good and the bad, love it all. It's much different than Blacksburg.
What was your favorite thing about growing up there?
Honestly, the people. The people, the toughness, the let's say rawness, if that's even a word. Like growing up where I grew up in Chicago, just being around, people who were in different life situations, and just being able to see and experience so much, I think really prepared me in a different way to go to the University of Illinois where I went for undergrad, but also to be successful here at Virginia Tech. For me, there's no challenge that's too much. There's no situation that I look at and I'm like, I can't fight through it. I feel like I've seen a lot, I've lived a lot, and coming from Chicago, I'm like, I can make it anywhere. But this has nothing to do with grit. The one thing that I can't really fight through is food, though. So it changed my perspective, and my bar for food is really high. So that's the one thing that, depending on where I live and where I travel, my expectations for food are pretty high. So I suffer a lot.
Fair enough. So what's a hidden talent that you have?
Hidden. I don't know about hidden talent. I would say I love to cook. And just growing up, my dad always cooked. My dad always like, you don't want to depend on nobody. You need to learn how to cook. I'm like, all right, So I tested it out a lot in undergrad and learned a lot of food over the years, wasted a lot of food over the years. But I had to learn. So now I love, ever since I've gotten more into like fitness and stuff, love being able to take different, like maybe Southern or traditional foods and turn it into something a little more healthy. So don't fry chicken as much, even though I love fried chicken wings. Now I'll bake them and try to get them, kind of crispy, but don't use too much Lawry's, season of salt, but maybe substitute with some garlic salt. So that's one of my things, is trying to, maybe one of my hidden talents is trying to take traditional foods and things that, that I used to enjoy growing up and making it into a more healthy meal, but still enjoyable.
All right. Sounds like it goes right along with that, those high standards for food.
Oh yeah. Food got to be good.
So what's the best view on campus?
The best view. I like it up there by the pylons. Now, I'm not one of these folks that can sit on the edge, up there and look across. I don't do heights very well. But the pylons, I think it's a good view from there. I don't know. It's a parking lot, North End Center parking lot. You can see everything from there. It's a couple spots where you can really see the nature. I think since I'm still here in Blacksburg and it's not been as many people here, over the past couple of weeks, I've just really been able to take in the beauty of the campus. Because, during the year, you from point A to point B, I'm not even looking around much, but I think that area by the pylons where you can see sort of the buildings, you can kind of see athletics facilities down there. That's a nice little area, especially when there's a lot going on and the weather's good. Definitely.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I would say the power to read people. And it's something that I work on now, actually. But the power to read people and to get a good understanding of who folks really are and what their motivations really are. and kind of what their fears are. And I think that as I work with, trying to help folks, or even trying to raise money, or trying to support different initiatives, I think a lot of what keeps people apart is those fears and the things that you're not comfortable or willing to say. So if I could read those things, I'm very forward. I will be able to put those things out in front and just address them, whatever it is. But I think that would be nothing crazy. I don't want to be like Batman. No, not Batman, because he's not technically a superhero. Like Superman or one of them. Nah, I don't need all that.
What do you call when you need life advice?
Actually, my grandma. My grandma is one. Me and my grandma got really close when I dropped out of undergrad, and it was a tough time. Moved back home with my grandma. Went to community college before going back to school and doing pretty good. But when I was out, me and her got really close, and she's a person that I can call and be like, "Look, grandma, this is what's going on." And I know you don't call grandma unless you want to hear the truth. She's gonna tell it to you. She ain't gonna tell you what you want to hear. She's gonna tell you what you need to hear, and that's the truth. So, and grandma said, "We ain't gotta be friends." I'm like, "Do you really mean that?" So yeah, that's who I call, because I know she's got my best interest in mind, but she'll tell me the truth every time.
So what do you want to be remembered for?
For helping people, honestly, for helping people. I think as I continue to grow, I would love to be able to help more Hokies. I'd love to be able to help more alumni. My alumni based back in Illinois. But I would love to be able to make a big impact in the Black community, not just where I'm from in Chicago, but nationally, whether that be through higher ed, or whether that be through my work, corporate work, but really helping as far as equity, ridding several spaces from racist policies and practices, and just being able to see, Black people progress and do my part with my talents and my connections and things, and just hopefully one day be a role model, or a person that people can depend on when they need to go to the next level or go forward. That's one day I hope to get to that point. So I'm still kind of working on that.
So what advice do you have for new Hokies?
Honestly, I would say meet everybody. Meet as many people as possible, and don't be afraid to have real deep conversations with folks. I'm talking about conversations about people's fears, about racism, about sex, about all of these things about politics, lots of these things that, people are like, I don't talk about those things. Like, those are the things we need to talk about, especially if one day you plan to lead different kinds of people, or work with different kinds of people, as most of our students end up doing. I think a lot of that information and a lot of that comfort comes through conversation, and learning, intentionally learning how to work with different kinds of people and understand different kinds of people. And I think Virginia Tech is a good place to do that if you're intentional about finding those things and aggressive about finding those things.
What are 3 things that are at the top of your bucket?
A lot of it is travel related. I want to go back to Morocco. I spent some time there in undergrad. I want to go back to Morocco, and this time not have to work. Just go and enjoy it. I want to go this is wishful thinking. I'm a really big Lakers fan. I'm a really big Chicago Bears fan. My hope is that at one point before I die, each team wins a championship. And my hope would be that I would be able to be in a financial situation where I can go and enjoy that. So that's very wishful thinking because a lot of good has to happen. I think my Lakers are closer to that than my Bears. It might be another 100 years, 30 years for my Bears. So yeah, those are my bucket list things. And just to see my family do well, see my younger brothers travel the world and be successful. My hope is to be able to one day push them and be able to financially assist them to be able to do many of the things that I got to do.
How do you decompress after a long day?
Honestly, I go to either I go to the gym or I actually have a squat rack right here in my place. So lift weights and eat and call friends, hang out with friends. I hang out here a lot on my little balcony. Just try to take it easy. I feel like one of the things I actually learned from lifting weights and exercising is it's not all about the work that you put in while you're working. You know, it's making progress is as much about the recovery, the time in recovery, the stretching, the nutrition. So I've had to learn over the years to stop just trying to beat myself to death working so much, but spend more time, doing the things that'll help me just enjoy life more, enjoy the people around you more, and then be more effective while you are working. So that's what I try to do.
What's your favorite memory at Virginia Tech?
The easy answer would say when I got my master's here. That would be the easy answers, but that was I would say my favorite memory was when the Ujima Live and Learning community opened. That was a really big, it was a really happy time. The community focuses on Black and African students, their success, the history, and there was a bunch of people who came together to make that happen. It took a few years to make that happen, and to see it come to life, that was a really good memory. Plenty of good football memories, but as many or more bad memories as well to cancel those out. But definitely, I'll always cherish the different relationships and watching students that I've worked with. I used to work with students that were previously on academic probation, and watching those students become successful students and then graduate. A lot of those moments have been really, really good. Just watching students mature and see themselves in a different light and then put those things into practice. So I've had some really good memories here so far, and hopefully this is just still the beginning.
What is one thing that you want to see happen now?
One thing I'd like to see happen, I would like to see us truly become a destination area for minority students, Black, Latino, and Native students. I would like to truly see us have the programs, the resources, and services for those students to come here and be successful. And I'd like for, in the state of Virginia, for people to hear the name Virginia Tech, for families in those demographics to hear Virginia Tech and know that when they send their students here, send their kids here, that they're going to be taken care of and they're going to be successful. I think there's been some progress made, and I think there's been some setbacks as well when it comes to that, honestly. But I would love to see us actually be that place in our state, and got a lot of work to do and a long way to go when it comes before we can actually say that for Virginia Tech and mean it.
Very good point. All right, last question. General So's or chicken parm?
Oh, chicken parm any day. Any day. Every day of the week. Every day of the week. Chicken parm. Yeah. Chicken parm. I'm a chicken parm guy. But it's got to be fried right. You know what I mean? It's got to be fried right. But yeah, chicken parm, definitely.
And I'm actually kidding. Bonus question. McComas or War Memorial?
I'm a war guy. I've been going to war. Well, I had been going to war since 2014 when I became a faculty member here. Yeah, love that place. You know, that was like my second home. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, things must go on, and they're gonna they say they're gonna what is it? Renovate the place. We'll see. I like it just the way it is. If they could renovate everything but the weight room, I'd be happy. And maybe add a little air conditioner down there. But yeah, love war. It's a hidden gem in this place, and it's where I got all of my gains, where I learned everything about weightlifting and met a lot of great people.
That's cool, man. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for answering our questions today. And yeah,